everyone. We're going to take a quick look at my design space project, and I'll show you how to assemble these adorable Easter treat boxes. If you'd like to use my project, take a look right under this video in the description. You'll find a link to my Facebook group where I share my files. I like to start by taking a look at the design space file. There are a lot of elements to this project, so in case you have any questions, I hope you'll understand by seeing this video. In this little square, I've put the same elements that I used, but I left them as cut elements. So if you want to layer them all, you can go ahead and do that. I'm doing print and cut. I'm making multiples. I find that it's a lot more efficient to use print and cut when you're making a lot of one thing. The projects go a lot faster that way. I added a guide that these are the cut and layer versions, and also that the light blue cuts are for acetate. Those are the light blue that are behind these boxes. So I've done my little bird and the vine and the flowers, also the tag, as print and cut. I believe these are included in Access, so if you're not an Access subscriber, you'll want to change them up if you don't want to purchase those elements. Also, the bow is print and cut. You can completely eliminate it if you want to use real ribbon, but as mentioned, I'm making a lot, so I'm going to use print and cut for the bow also. I think it looks cute. So let's take a quick look at the roof panels. Just move that out of the way. I'm going to ungroup this, and I'll take this one away and ungroup it again, and you can see that these are all layered. It's really not difficult to do. I'll show you it when I assemble the box for you. They're really not difficult to do, and I think it gives a really cute element to the project. So I think that's all I wanted to show you. I'm going to switch to my overhead camera and we'll assemble one of these adorable little birdhouses. This is the cute little birdhouse. I think it's adorable. I saw something similar when I Googled for Easter projects. You can see that I've layered these cuts for the roof. It gives it a really nice texture. I like that. And these print and cut elements, you can use them or not, whatever you prefer. You can delete them all and use something else, or just hide them in the layers panel and add what you want. And that's what we're going to do now. So I've cut everything out so this video won't be too long. The first thing you're going to do is fold all your score lines on the main part of the box. And as you can see, you have this indent. It's like a milk carton shape. I wanted to show you, I find the easiest way to fold this indent is first to fold down. Don't go past this box and fold down again. And once you've got the marks, you're going to fold in. Just fold them in the opposite direction. You might find it easier even to lay it down and fold them. And now they're going in the right direction, so you get that milk box shape. Okay, so I've also got my print and cut elements and my roof. I've done one side of it, so that of course the video won't be too long, and I'll show you how I layered the second side. So we're going to add our acetate window if you're using one. I think it gives a nice finish. So I just use acetate from the front of a cardstock, a deluxe CRICUT cardstock. There's acetate on the front of the pack, and I use that. I find it's nice and sturdy. I cut it as acetate, but I passed it twice. So I didn't unload the mat. I left it in and just pressed go a second time. And I find it makes a really nice window. They're nice and strong. So I'm just going to add a bit of adhesive around, not too much. And we'll add our window. There we go. That will dry clear. I'm using Tombow. That looks good. Perfect. Okay, we have our window installed. The next thing we want to do is fold this over and adhere it as a box. So I'm going to use two-way tape. I could use liquid glue, but I find the two-way tape is quicker to work with when you're recording a video, as you don't have to wait for it to dry. Put a second row here. There we go. Sticking to me. And we'll just take the cover off. Make sure it's stuck down. We'll just pull the paper off. And this one. There we go. Now we'll just lay it down flat, fold that in. Lay it down flat, make sure you're lined up. And there we go. We have our box shape. We have our indents for our milk carton. I should mention also the top you're going to fold down and then fold it back up because you want it to bend in that shape. And all we have to do is adhere the bottom. It's actually really quick to put together, but if you've never done this style of box before, I thought the video might help you. Just make sure that's lined up. That seems good. My window is good. Make sure that's adhered. And don't forget, before you glue this top closed, you want to fill your candy. You don't want to glue it closed like I did on the beige one and then have to tear it open to get candy inside of it. So you want to fill it before you glue the top. So that's good. We have our window in and we have the bottom closed. That's all well adhered. I think I'll just put some candy in it now. And fill it up. Or maybe I'll only go about halfway. I tend to go overboard with treats. That looks cute. Okay, so now we can glue it closed if we want to, or decorate it first. I think I'll glue it closed. So once again, you can use two-way tape if you want to, but I'm using Tombow. Just get it nice and straight. And I use my little sewing clips to hold it in place while it dries. Okay, now we can go on and decorate it. So I'm going to put this Happy Easter on the back. There we go. I think that's a lot of adhesive. We really didn't need that much adhesive. Turn it the right way. It's our little tag, Happy Easter. And let's decorate the front. So I have my little bird And I put a puff tape behind it, but I'm also going to add a little bit of glue because I never trust the puff tape is going to stay on. So I'll just add a little bit of glue to it to make sure it doesn't come off. It's my little bird. It's cute. And then we're going to add the flowers. You can put these on dots if you want, or on puff, whatever you prefer. And my little flowers here. Just pop that out. Blue one. These are all optional. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. Decorate it as you wish. Or if you want to leave them plain, leave them plain. Completely up to you. But I like the little flowers. I think that's cute. Okay, all that is done. The bow goes on after the roof. So I'm going to let this dry, and I'll show you how to assemble the roof. So this is the roof panel. Of course, I did a separate panel for it because I wanted to be wider than the box. So for that, you're going to fold the center fold up so that you get that layer that sits on top of the box. And then we're just going to layer our shingles on. So for the shingles, you have two different styles. I'll show them to you. Okay, so you have two pieces that the shingle is cut in half, and you have three pieces that the shingles are whole. So you want to alternate them or stagger them on the box, on the roof. So I'm going to start by doing this. Once again, you can use two-way tape if you want to. And the first one, you want it to overlap a little bit so that you're hiding that straight cut. See how it overlaps a little bit? You can move it down a little bit if you want to. Just get it on straight, and you can see the overlap. So that's full shingles. Now we're going to use one that is cut. And I've done them like this so that the shingles look bricked, so they look staggered. So we'll just do another row of adhesive. And now I'm using one that has the cut shingle. There we go. I'm going to add adhesive and use the full shingle. Try to overlap them evenly, but even if they're a little off, don't worry about it. It's just going to look even cuter. A cut shingle again. That's 4. And the last one is a full shingle. It's a full shingle. My fingers might be full of glue. I'm terrible with liquid glue. I always get it all over me. And there we go. There's our shingled roof. Isn't that cute? It gives so much texture to the project. I think it's really adorable. So all we're going to do now is take off my clips. And this is going to sit on. You want to center it. That's about it. You can put the adhesive in this fold if you want to, but I'm going to put it right on the box itself on both sides. And then we'll add the roof. Try to make sure it's centered. That looks pretty good. And I'll add my clips again while it dries. And I'm going to add my bow. And as I mentioned, you can add the bows or not. That's completely up to you. I think they're cute. Or use real ribbon if you want to. Completely up to you how you decorate it. I think it's a fun project. It's not complicated to make. There we go, and I'll add a clip. So I'm just going to leave that on for a few seconds to let it dry. I should have put a little more adhesive there. Maybe I still can. There we go. Put a little more on this side. There. And I'll just let it sit for a minute or two. So as I mentioned, you can do whatever you like with this project. Delete the parts you don't want to use, or just hide them in the layers panel if you prefer. You can take this off now. That should be stuck. So here's the pink. Isn't it sweet? I think these are just adorable. So that's it. I hope you're going to enjoy this project. Please post pictures in the group if you make any. I'd love to see how you complete them. If you change anything or you don't, I'd love to see them. So please post pictures in the group if you make them. Tag me to make sure I see them. As mentioned, I'll share this Design Space project link in my Facebook group. I'll put a link under this video for my Facebook group so you can find it easily. Thank you for watching.